guys, WWEKhanToolz back again for the weekly review for Raw 2nd of December and I believe SmackDown the 6th of December. Now apparently this week was a pretty, a decent week for Raw. I thought it was okay. I personally liked the first segment of the night when CM Punk, well, let's get started with Raw. CM Punk comes out and says that he's been trying to figure out why the Shield attacked him, but he was kind of in denial, but because he knows the reason, and he says that he made the mistake of criticizing Triple H on Raw. Later on in the show, he was attacked because he defied authority, and then Punk says that Triple H shouldn't pick a fight with a guy who is anti-authority, and he hopes he's right because he thinks that Triple H's group is pathetic and stupid, and then this makes Stephanie to come out and say that he should know they support free speech, and then she cites Triple H confounding like DX and says that they didn't come after him, and she says it's really easy for Punk to point the finger at them when the Shield attacked him, but they aren't that petty. And she says that they have bigger things to deal with, like TLC main event contract signing. So Punk pretty much talked to Kane if he has any more problems. And then Kane comes out, tells Punk that they looked into his claim and found that authority had nothing to do with this attack, so it's over. He says that Punk, if he has any questions, then Punk asks when he became the big red ass kisser. But Kane warns him to not to go down that path. And that might lead to some violent stuff. So yeah, Stephanie says that Punk will be respected and admired, and she walks away as Kane says that he should be challenged by all three members of the Shield in a handicap match at TLC. So it's confirmed. Then I give that segment actually a good 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really good segment. I enjoyed it with Punk criticizing the heels, especially Triple H. Yeah, it was good. Then it was Damien Sandow versus Dolph Ziggler for the #1 contenders for the IC Championship. Then it was pretty much, the winner was Damien Sandow because Dolph Ziggler hits a famous for another near fall, but then he heads up top, but then Sandow crushes him on the ropes and hits You're Welcome for the win, and yeah, he won the match. So I give that match a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, but it could have been better. But it so far the Raw was pretty good. Then it was Daniel Bryan versus Eric Rowan, and the winner. Hold on a sec. Pretty much it was going pretty good match, but says that Eric is not a very good competitor due to his height or probably his weight. It wasn't a very good match, but Daniel Bryan came up top and he won the match because Bryan at the end rolls him in and then hits a missile drop kick, and then Rowan hits a big boot and then tries to press slam him, but then Bryan counters with a roll up for the win, and yeah. And then it's been confirmed that Bray Wyatt and the whole Wyatt family will be facing Daniel Bryan at TLC in a 3-on-1 handicap match as well. And then let's just move on to that. I give that match 2.5 out of 5 stars. Could have been much better with the performance, but okay, it was okay. Sin Cara was back. He returned and to face Alberto Del Rio. And the winner was Sin Cara, actually. This was a pretty good matchup, but apparently the wrestler Hunico portrayed Sin Cara because apparently Sin Cara was still recovering, but they had to do this because Sin Cara was gaining a lot of popularity due to his merchandise that is selling completely worldwide, and it's going pretty good. So they had to make him come. So yeah, Sin Cara came back and he hits Enziguri, I think it is, and then heads up top and then hitting a crossbody and connects with the springboard crossbody for 2. And then Alberto Del Rio comes back with a German suplex for 2, and then he repeatedly headbutts Cara and then goes for a cross armor break. And he kicks him away, but Alberto runs back at him. But Cara blocks an Enziguri and then hits a senton splash for the win by completely fair and square. Sin Cara won. I like Sin Cara. Probably he should get another push up again. And then Big Show, Cody Rhodes in the Goldust versus the Shield. This was a pretty good match. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good match. I thought this was Goldust and Cody Rhodes are completely rocking. They are really good with the tag team. Probably one of the best tag teams I've ever seen as a performance. They really are just brilliant. But the Shield came up top. They won the match. This is what happened basically. At the end, Ambrose tries to knock him down, tries to knock Goldust down, but Goldust oh for God's sake, suplexes him back into the ring. But then Rollins is the legal man, and he rolls Goldust up on the landing to win it. And yeah, that was the whole thing. So far, I give that match a good 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really good match. And then, pretty much, Kofi Kingston and The Miz versus Curtis Axel and Ryback. I thought this was a pretty interesting match, but Curtis Axel and Ryback won the match when basically what happened was Kofi knocks Axel off the apron and hits Ryback with a crossbody and then punches Axel again, but Ryback clotheslines him on the apron and hits Shell Shock for the win. Pretty much, yeah. And then Fandango, I give that match 2.52 as well. Fandango versus Mark Henry, this was a pretty good match. I give this match, because Mark Henry won the match, but Henry clotheslines him, hits Shell Slam, and then squashes Fandango for the win. Give this match a 2 out of 5 stars. Well, it could have been a bit better, it could have been a bit longer, but yeah, 2 out of 5 stars. Then it was Primetime Players versus Real Americans, and yeah, so this match, Real Americans won. It wasn't very interesting, so I give it a 2 out of 5 stars as well. Triple H and Stephanie invite Randy Orton and Cena to the ring, and then Triple H tells them to get down to it and then take their seats for the contract signing. I'm not going to go through it, but basically Cena was just trying to get all hyped up for the match, same with Randy Orton. But they were all just guaranteeing that they're going to be champion, and Cena says he's okay just being him, and then he says Orton can make a move or leave, but he reminded him of what a TLC match looks like if Orton tests him. Cena asks if Orton is going to step up or to step aside, but then Orton flips the table at Cena, takes him to the mat, they brawl on the floor, and it goes all the way to basically Orton standing up to a table, but Cena punches him a few times. He throws Orton into a table in the corner before he hits the attitude adjustment through another one. So, a good Raw. I thought it was a pretty good Raw. That's pretty much, I give the whole Raw 3.5 out of 5 stars. Could have been a bit better with, they could have made some more matches a bit more interesting, but I thought it was a decent, good Raw. So yeah, it was a decent Raw. They could have put some more CM Punk in it, probably a match or something like that, but good enough. SmackDown kicks off with Randy Orton coming to the ring, and then Orton says that he will prove that he is the greatest champion ever. He wanted to apologize to the Authority, and then Daniel Bryan interrupts and says Orton should apologize to us for being a pretend champion. Bryan says he's the first in line for the new champion and challenges Orton to a match tonight. So that's going to be confirmed. Fandango versus Big E Langston, and then pretty much Big E gets the win by pinfall. Then it was apparently this Bad News Barrett. I mean, Wade Barrett is returned but with a new name, Bad News Barrett, and he is bad news as that the universe is gullible. So that was pretty weird. The Shield cut a promo about who will face CM Punk tonight, but it doesn't look like they will agree it's going to be Punk versus Dean Ambrose. Then it was Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. Axel gets the win for his team after sneaking in a pin. And then CM Punk versus Dean Ambrose was up next. Basically, Punk got the win by GTS, and then Rollins and Reigns did not interfere. And then it was Rey Mysterio and Big Show defeating Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. Rey got the pin after jumping from Big Show's shoulders. And then Bad News Barrett comes out, and then good news is that there will be one champion at TLC, but the bad news is that there will be pain in the match. That sounded pretty interesting. And then the main event, Randy Orton defeated Daniel Bryan by a pinfall after hitting the RKO. But then the Wyatt family distracted Daniel Bryan before the end of the match. Then Bray Wyatt appeared on the big screen and told Bryan to join them. So that sounded very interesting to me at the end, right at the end, where a possible heel turn for Daniel Bryan. But I think it's not going to happen. I'll be shocked if it does, but I don't think this should happen because Daniel Bryan got such a big push during the summer, all the way to Hell in a Cell, and it would just be just a complete waste for Daniel Bryan. He should keep as a face, so that there shouldn't be any Bryan versus Punk angle towards WrestleMania. So that's what I do not want. But I want to hear what you guys want. I want to hear your feedbacks, your opinions, your speculation. I want to hear all that stuff by commenting down below. Rate this video, give it a thumbs up please, and I'll see you guys very soon. So rate, comment and subscribe. Peace.